Welcome back to the channel, USA Coins 69, coin lovers and history seekers. Today we are diving into the world of United States dimes, and we're shining the spotlight on a small yet powerful coin, the 1977 Roosevelt Dime. At first glance, this coin might look like just another piece of everyday pocket change, but as we'll uncover in this video, certain versions of this dime, especially in pristine condition or with rare characteristics, can be worth a surprising amount of money. Stick around until the end, because I'll be revealing just how much this coin could fetch, and the figure will definitely amaze you. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, just months after the death of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt wasn't just a remarkable leader who guided the country through the Great Depression and World War II, he was also a strong supporter of the March of Dimes, a campaign that played a huge role in funding research to fight polio, a disease that he himself suffered from. It was only fitting that the 10-cent coin would be redesigned in his honor, making the Roosevelt dime not only a piece of currency but also a tribute to one of America's most influential presidents. Now let's focus on the 1977 issue of the Roosevelt dime. These dimes were minted in three primary locations: Philadelphia, which carried no mint mark; Denver, which used the D mint mark; and San Francisco, which produced proof coins marked with an S. Each mint mark adds a layer of history to the coin, and collectors often hunt for high-grade examples from each location. While millions were produced, the condition of the coin makes all the difference in terms of value. Circulated examples are common, but those that survived the years in mint state or proof condition are where things start to get very interesting. The design of the 1977 Roosevelt dime is both simple and symbolic. On the obverse, you'll find the left-facing portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, accompanied by the word Liberty and the motto, "In God We Trust." Just beneath the portrait lies the date, 1977, and if present, the mint mark just above it. This familiar design has graced the dime for decades, but what makes certain coins stand out is the level of preservation: sharp details, strong strikes, and no wear or damage. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see the torch in the center, flanked by an olive branch on the left and an oak branch on the right. Together, they symbolize liberty, peace, and strength, three values that define America. The inscription, United States of America, runs around the edge, along with E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one. While people often overlook the dime compared to larger coins like quarters or half dollars, its design and symbolism are a reminder of unity and resilience. What truly makes some 1977 Roosevelt dimes valuable, however, is rarity in condition and unique minting characteristics. Coins that are struck exceptionally well, known as full torch or full band dimes, are highly desirable among collectors. These refer to coins where the torch on the reverse side shows complete and uninterrupted details in the vertical and horizontal lines. Such details are often lost due to weaker strikes at the mint, so when they appear perfectly, collectors are willing to pay a premium. Error coins from this year also add an exciting twist. A dime struck slightly off-center, one with doubling on the lettering, or coins struck on the wrong planchet can skyrocket in value because they are so rare and unique. Each error makes that particular coin one of a kind, and collectors love one-of-a-kind finds. Imagine holding a coin that slipped through the minting process with a mistake that transformed it from ordinary change into a collector's prize, but condition is king in coin collecting. The difference between a dime worth only 10 cents and one worth thousands comes down to preservation. Coins stored carefully since 1977, untouched by circulation, may have retained their original mint luster. Professional grading services often rate these coins, and a grade at the top of the scale can increase their value dramatically. So if you come across one in your collection or pocket change that looks brand new, it might be worth having it evaluated. Now here comes the moment you've been waiting for, the real value of a 1977 Roosevelt dime in exceptional condition. While most circulated examples are worth face value, a rare mint state coin with full details, or one that carries a special minting error, can be worth an astonishing $45,000. Yes, you heard that right, $45,000 for a dime minted in 1977. It's almost unbelievable to think that a coin people once tossed into vending machines or used for small purchases could now be valued higher than some cars or even small houses. That's the incredible world of coin collecting. What was once ordinary pocket change becomes a hidden treasure with the passage of time, condition, and rarity. Today we are taking a deep dive into one of America's smallest coins that hides a huge story, the Roosevelt Dime from 1980. At first glance, this little 10-cent coin might look like any other dime you've seen in your pocket change, but don't be fooled. Some rare examples of this coin, especially those with special characteristics or in perfect condition, can be worth an incredible amount of money. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll find out just how much a 1980 Roosevelt dime could be worth, and trust me, the number will surprise you. The Roosevelt dime was first issued in 1946, replacing the Mercury dime, and it has remained the design we know today for decades. It was chosen to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who led the country through some of its darkest times, including the Great Depression and World War II. Roosevelt's legacy is forever linked to the March of Dimes campaign, which helped fund research to defeat polio. Since his passing, his portrait has lived on in the dime, making it one of the most familiar and symbolic coins in America's history. Now let's turn to the year 1980, an interesting time in U.S. history. The economy was experiencing high inflation, gas prices were rising, and Americans were feeling the pressure of change. During this period, the United States Mint continued producing billions of coins, including the Roosevelt dime. In 1980, these dimes were struck in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. For the very first time, the Philadelphia Mint began using the P Mint mark on dimes, a change that gave the 1980 issue an extra bit of historical importance. Before this, Philadelphia coins had no mint mark at all, so collectors often pay special attention to this year's release. The design of the 1980 Roosevelt dime is a continuation of the classic style. On the obverse side, you'll see the left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, surrounded by the word Liberty, the national motto, "In God We Trust," and the date, 1980. Just above the date sits the mint mark, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco proof coins. For collectors, that tiny letter can mean a lot when determining rarity and value. Flip the coin over, and on the reverse side you'll find the symbolic design featuring a torch in the center, an olive branch to the left, and an oak branch to the right. The torch represents liberty, the olive branch stands for peace, and the oak branch represents strength and independence. Together, they embody the values America strives to uphold. The inscriptions, United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and One Dime, complete the design. Simple, timeless, and full of meaning, the Roosevelt dime has carried this imagery for generations, but what makes the 1980 Roosevelt dime stand out to collectors is not just its history or design, it's the rarity of high-quality examples. Most dimes from this year were heavily circulated, tossed into change jars, spent at stores, or passed around until the shine wore off. But a small number survived in pristine condition, either carefully stored away or preserved by chance. These uncirculated examples, especially those with sharp strikes and no signs of wear, are the coins that grab collectors' attention. Beyond condition, certain details make a coin even more valuable. Collectors especially prize coins with what's called full torch or full bands. This means the lines and details on the torch at the reverse are perfectly struck and visible, without breaks or fading. Since many dimes were struck with weaker pressure or worn dies, perfect details are actually quite rare. Finding a 1980 Roosevelt dime with complete, crisp torch lines is like striking gold for a collector. Then there are minting errors, the hidden treasures of coin collecting. Some 1980 Roosevelt dimes may have left the mint with off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet mistakes where the coin was struck on the wrong type of blank. Each error makes a coin unique, and the rarer the mistake, the more valuable the coin becomes. Collectors go wild for these one-of-a-kind pieces, and auction prices can climb dramatically when an error coin shows up. Condition, rarity, mint mark, and unique features all combine to make certain 1980 Roosevelt dimes worth much more than their face value. While most are still worth just 10 cents, those rare gems in top condition or with striking errors can sell for astonishing prices. And now for the part you've been waiting for, the true value reveal. A 1980 Roosevelt dime in exceptional condition, with perfect details or rare mint errors, has been valued as high as $48,000. Yes, you heard it correctly, $48,000 for a single dime. It's almost unbelievable that such a tiny coin, one most people wouldn't give a second thought to, could be worth more than a luxury car or even more than many people's annual income. That's the thrill of coin collecting. You never really know which ordinary-looking coin might turn out to be a life-changing treasure. So the next time you sort through your pocket change, or you stumble upon an old jar of coins tucked away in a drawer, make sure to keep an eye out for Roosevelt dimes from 1980. Check for the mint mark, inspect the details, and if you think you found one in pristine condition, it may be worth having it professionally graded. Who knows, you could be holding onto something far more valuable than you ever imagined. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of American coinage, focusing on a small but mighty piece of history, the Roosevelt dime from 1987. At first glance, this dime may seem ordinary, just another coin in circulation. But, as we're about to explore, certain 1987 Roosevelt dimes, especially in exceptional condition or with rare characteristics, can be worth an astonishing amount. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll discover just how valuable this little coin can be. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, shortly after the death of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Roosevelt wasn't only a remarkable leader who guided the nation through the Great Depression and World War II, but he also fought tirelessly against polio, a disease that had affected him personally. To honor his legacy and his connection with the March of Dimes campaign, the 10-cent coin was redesigned in his honor. Since that time, the Roosevelt dime has become one of the most recognized and widely circulated coins in American history. By 1987, the Roosevelt dime had been in circulation for over 4 decades, and it was produced at multiple mint locations. Philadelphia coins carried no mint mark, Denver coins bore the D mint mark, and San Francisco proof coins featured the S mint mark. Each mint mark tells a story and adds a layer of collectability. While millions of these coins were produced, very few have survived the years in pristine, uncirculated condition, which is what makes certain 1987 Roosevelt dimes so highly sought after. The design of the Roosevelt dime is both iconic and meaningful. On the obverse side, you see a left-facing profile of President Roosevelt, accompanied by the word Liberty and the national motto, In God We Trust. The date, 1987, sits just below, along with the mint mark if applicable. Every line and detail in this design reflects careful craftsmanship and pays tribute to one of America's most influential presidents. Turning the coin over, the reverse showcases a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. Around the edge, you'll find the inscription, United States of America, and one dime, with the phrase, E pluribus unum, across the center, meaning, out of many, one. This elegant yet simple design has remained unchanged for decades, but within its details lies the key to its value. Collectors place enormous importance on condition and detail. Coins that have survived decades without wear, scratches, or blemishes are rare. Those that are considered mint state or possess full, crisp details are particularly prized. For the 1987 Roosevelt dime, one of the most sought-after features is the full torch, or full bands, detail on the reverse. Coins with fully struck torch lines are highly desirable because the minting process often fails to achieve such clarity, even on brand new coins. A dime that has maintained these details over time can be a rare gem in a collection. Additionally, error coins from this year can dramatically increase a dime's value. Some 1987 dimes were struck slightly off-center, some display doubling of the lettering or numerals, and others were accidentally struck on the wrong planchet. These errors, while considered mistakes at the mint, make each coin unique and highly collectible. A one-of-a-kind error coin can often attract serious attention from collectors and fetch impressive prices at auctions. The timing of the 1987 dime also contributes to its appeal. Coins from the late 1980s were produced during a period of transition for the United States Mint, with changing techniques and materials, meaning some coins were struck with exceptional quality, while others show subtle differences in weight, luster, or strike. Coins that survived untouched, perhaps tucked away in coin rolls or collections, are extremely rare, because most were used in everyday transactions. That rarity is what turns ordinary coins into extraordinary finds. Now comes the part every collector waits for, the value. While the majority of 1987 Roosevelt dimes are still worth their face value and continue to circulate as everyday change, the truly exceptional ones can command staggering sums. A 1987 Roosevelt dime in flawless, uncirculated condition, especially with full details or a rare minting error, can sell for an astounding $55,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $55,000 for a single dime minted in 1987. It's almost unbelievable that something so small, something we often overlook in our pockets, can hold such a significant value. This is the magic of coin collecting. Coins carry history, stories, and sometimes fortunes. What once seemed ordinary can suddenly become extraordinary, connecting collectors not just to money, but to moments in history. Today, we're exploring a modern yet surprisingly valuable piece of American currency, the Roosevelt dime from 2016. While it might seem like just another dime you've probably used countless times, this coin holds a story, a design, and potential collector value that is truly remarkable. Stick with me until the end, because we'll reveal just how much this 2016 Roosevelt dime could be worth, and the number might just surprise you. The Roosevelt dime has been an enduring symbol of American history since its first issue in 1946, shortly after the passing of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Roosevelt was not only a towering figure in American politics, leading the country through the Great Depression and World War II, but he also championed the March of Dimes, a campaign to fight polio, a disease he personally battled. Honoring him with the 10-cent coin was a fitting tribute, and ever since, the Roosevelt dime has remained a key part of the United States coinage, celebrated for both its design and its symbolic significance. Now, let's fast forward to 2016. The Roosevelt dime continued to be minted at three main facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia coins carried no mint mark, Denver coins featured the D mint mark, and San Francisco coins, primarily proof versions, were marked with an S. While these coins were produced in huge numbers for circulation, very few have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. That rarity is what makes some 2016 Roosevelt dimes so highly desirable among collectors. The design of the 2016 dime is classic yet meaningful. On the obverse, we see President Roosevelt facing left, with the word Liberty and the national motto, "In God We Trust." The date, 2016, is engraved at the bottom, along with the mint mark if applicable. Every detail, from the lines in his hair to the contours of his face, is crafted to honor Roosevelt's legacy and to convey a sense of dignity and history. Flipping the coin over, the reverse showcases a torch at the center, flanked by an olive branch on the left and an oak branch on the right, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. Surrounding the design, we find the inscriptions, "United States of America," and "One Dime," along with the enduring phrase, "E pluribus unum," meaning, out of many, one. Even in this modern era, the coin carries a message of unity, resilience, and national pride, reminding us that every dime is more than just money. It's a piece of history you can hold in your hand. So, what makes the 2016 Roosevelt dime special from a collector's perspective? While circulated coins remain worth face value, those preserved in mint condition, untouched by daily use, are rare. Coins with sharp details, a brilliant original luster, and no signs of wear are highly sought after. Collectors especially prize examples that display full torch and full bands on the reverse, because these details are often lost during the striking process or from years of circulation. When these features are perfectly preserved, the coin becomes significantly more valuable. Additionally, error coins from 2016 add an extra layer of excitement. Some coins were accidentally struck off-center, while others may have doubling on the date, lettering, or mint mark. Some may even have been struck on the wrong type of planchet. These minting mistakes, while rare, make a coin one of a kind. Collectors love these unique variations because they are not just coins, they are rare artifacts that capture a moment in minting history. Even though 2016 may seem recent, the coins from that year are gaining attention for their collector appeal. Modern coins are often overlooked, which means pristine examples are even more scarce. Most people use them in daily transactions without thinking to save them, and those that survived uncirculated were usually tucked away carefully by collectors. This scarcity, combined with perfect preservation or rare errors, is what gives some of these dimes exceptional value. Now comes the moment everyone has been waiting for, the value reveal. While most 2016 Roosevelt dimes are still worth 10 cents, a coin in perfect, uncirculated condition, or one that features a rare minting error or full details, can reach an incredible market value. Believe it or not, this particular 2016 Roosevelt dime could be worth $35,000, yes, $35,000 for a single dime. It's astonishing to think that something so small, so commonplace in our pockets, could hold such a tremendous value. This is the fascinating world of coin collecting, where history, rarity, and preservation combine to transform ordinary coins into extraordinary treasures. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of American coinage, focusing on a coin that many people use every day without giving it a second thought, the Roosevelt dime from 2008. While it may seem like an ordinary 10-cent piece, this particular dime holds an incredible story, historical significance, and, in certain cases, astonishing value. Stay with me until the end, because we'll reveal just how much this coin could be worth, and the amount is truly jaw-dropping. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, shortly after the death of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Roosevelt wasn't just a political leader who guided America through the Great Depression and World War II, he was also a champion of the March of Dimes, an organization created to combat polio, a disease he personally battled. Honoring him on the 10-cent coin was a fitting tribute, and it has remained a staple of U.S. coinage ever since. By 2008, the Roosevelt dime had been circulating for over 6 decades, and while most of these coins were used in everyday transactions, a few rare examples hold extraordinary value today. The 2008 Roosevelt dime was minted at 3 key locations. Philadelphia produced coins without a mint mark, Denver coins carry the D mint mark, and San Francisco proof coins are marked with an S. Each mint mark tells a story about where the coin was made and adds to its collector appeal. While millions of these coins were issued, very few have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition, and those are the ones that attract serious attention from collectors. Let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse, you'll find the familiar profile of President Roosevelt facing left. Surrounding him are the inscriptions, Liberty, and, In God We Trust, with the date 2008 and the mint mark clearly displayed. The detail in the portrait is sharp and deliberate, reflecting the care taken to honor Roosevelt's legacy. Every line, every contour, and every feature on the coin's surface adds depth to its historical significance. On the reverse, the coin showcases the iconic torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. Above the torch, you'll see the inscription, United States of America, and below, One Dime, while the phrase, E pluribus unum, stretches across the center. This timeless design reminds us that even the smallest coins carry powerful messages of national unity and enduring values, but what truly sets certain 2008 Roosevelt dimes apart from the rest is their condition and unique characteristics. Coins that have survived in mint state, without scratches, wear, or blemishes, are exceedingly rare. Collectors prize these coins for their crisp details, original luster, and sharp strikes. One of the most coveted features is the full torch and full bands on the reverse side. When these elements are fully visible and uninterrupted, they indicate an exceptional strike that elevates the coin's value considerably. Error coins from 2008 add another layer of intrigue. Some dimes were struck slightly off-center, while others may display doubling of letters or numbers. Some coins were even accidentally struck on the wrong type of planchet. These errors, while unintentional, make each coin unique and highly sought after by collectors. An error coin can often command a premium price because it is one of a kind, turning what would be a regular dime into a rare and valuable artifact. Even though 2008 is a relatively recent year, the scarcity of pristine coins is increasing as time goes on. Most coins were used in circulation without anyone thinking to preserve them. Those that were saved, whether in rolls, collections, or protective holders, are quickly gaining recognition among collectors. That combination of scarcity, perfect condition, and potential mint errors is what drives the value of this dime. Now comes the moment you've all been waiting for, the value reveal. While most 2008 Roosevelt dimes remain worth their face value, a coin that is in perfect, uncirculated condition, or one with a rare minting error or full details, can reach an extraordinary market price. Believe it or not, a 2008 Roosevelt dime in such condition could be worth $45,000, yes, $45,000 for a single dime minted in 2008. It's incredible to think that a coin so small, so often overlooked, can carry such an astonishing value. This is the true magic of coin collecting. Ordinary coins, when preserved perfectly or carrying unique features, can transform into remarkable treasures. So, the next time you check your loose change, take a closer look at the dimes. Examine the date, the mint mark, and the details on the torch and bands. You might just discover a hidden gem that could change your life. Thank you for joining me on this detailed exploration of the Roosevelt dime from 2008. If you enjoyed learning about this coin, its history, and its surprising value, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another treasure-filled discovery. Until next time, keep collecting, stay curious, and remember, the smallest coin can sometimes hold the greatest surprise.